Hey guys, it's Mitch here, lead developer of the 3D Hive Builder, and today's tutorial is about using the transform triggers. And the transform triggers has two different things we can use. One of the transform triggers is a portal trigger, and the other one of the transform triggers is what we call a push trigger. So the portal trigger is quite self-explanatory. The portal trigger works in a way where a user can go to one spot on the map and be transported very fast to another side of the map. And the throw trigger works a little bit more randomly, where when the user approaches that trigger, they get thrown a distance somewhere else on the map. So I'm going to show you how to create both of those and show you an example of a map I've created with that. So yeah, let's start off. So we don't need to do anything with items. We're just going straight to the triggers for this particular tutorial. So we're going to add a blank trigger first. You notice I've already set up my team spawn triggers, which is something you should do. And the first trigger I'm going to show you is what we call a portal trigger. So let's click on the new blank trigger that we created and go to the settings. I'm going to call this my portal trigger. And I'm going to select the, if I go all the way down, we should find the movement category here. So we click the movement category. And you notice that under the movement category, we've got a couple of subcategories, portal and throw, which are the two that I just talked about. So let's click on the portal trigger first and let's see what we've got here. Only a couple of settings for the portal trigger. We've got the first setting type here, which is basically defining whether the portal is a one-way or a two-way portal system. So if it's one-way is selected, it means the user can go to the entry point of the portal, but can't come back through the exit side of the portal. If we select two-way, it means the user at both the points can go in and be transported to the other side or where the secondary portal is. So let's do a two-way for an example. So we've got the two-way portal, and you'll also notice that we can even have checking conditions for portals. So this is kind of handy if you want to have an area on your map that can only be accessed if a user has a particular item. So you could create like a reward area, or you could even create like a curse area if the user has that particular type of item. So yeah, we allow you to do a lot of things with this. For the moment, I'm just going to keep everything at its default setting. So I've selected a two-way portal behavior, which means I can go in, come out somewhere else, and then go into that side again and go back to where I started. So I'm going to click the Save Changes, and I've created my portal trigger here. Okay, before I place it, I'm also going to create a throw trigger. So let's go add another blank trigger, and click on the blank trigger template. Okay, this is going to be called my throw trigger. And the trigger type, again, is going to be movement, but our subcategory is going to be throw. Okay, great. And again, similar set of panels, except that we don't have a one-way or two-way setting panel now. We only have a strength setting panel. So this defines how far we throw the user when they walk into this particular trigger. So low is quite small, and then you've got medium and high. High is obviously the furthest distance the user gets thrown when they walk onto this area or this trigger. So let's select medium and save that. Make sure you've given it a name. And then we're basically going to click the back button. And the most important thing now is to have our map and place our triggers. Now, the movement triggers, or the portal trigger in particular, is different to other triggers, meaning it actually requires 2 clicks for you to set up. So if we click on the triggers panel, you'll notice that I'll just quickly show you. I've got 2 spots here, one square and a second square, and I'm using tiles that actually don't allow the user to exit the tile. I want to use this example because it gives us a good idea of how we can use the portal trigger to move a player into different spots in the map. So if we click the triggers thing, the triggers list, you'll see I've already placed my team spawn in the first part here. So let's zoom in by double clicking the blue rectangle. You'll notice my team spawn sits within that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to place is our portal trigger. So we're going to click on the portal trigger to activate it. And then I'm going to click 2 points on the map. So the first point you'll notice is my starting point. We get a little bit of information. Click the second time to place the portal, to finish the portal placement. So we've placed it once. then what we do is we want to find an area on the map where we want to place it the second time. So I'm going to scroll down to my second area of the map, the second square area, and I'm going to click inside here. Alright, great. So we've already placed our portal once, and you can see that what we do is we actually create a blue line telling us where the portals are set up on the map. Now we can actually place this portal numerous times if you want and create different areas, but for the moment I just want to place one. Okay, so that's the portal trigger, slightly different. The throw trigger works exactly the same way as any other trigger does. So you click on the throw trigger to activate it, then you find a spot on your map that you want to place it. I'm going to place my throw trigger inside the second square, or my second area, and I just click, and there's your throw trigger. So they're the movement triggers. You can have fun with those. This is a good way of opening up spaces that aren't normally that users aren't normally allowed to go to. So you can use the checking conditions with the portal. The throw trigger is kind of fun to. You could potentially have a bunch of throw triggers set up around the place as like booby traps or whatever. So yeah, enjoy. Hope you find some good creative uses for these triggers, and we'll catch you soon. Okay, cheers guys. Bye.